Good day, fellow No Man's Sky travelers, and it's been a while since I've uploaded anything to the channel, and frankly because, well, there just hasn't been much to talk about, honestly. Let's just be honest. But I did want to talk about something super cool and useful that's coming up towards the end of March that I look forward to talking about, actually from an article that was written on Variety about 2 months ago, or close to 2 months ago, talking about Sean Murray and Hello Games appearing at GDC 2019, and they'll be alongside Media Molecule and talking about their new game coming up called Dreams. Super excited for that one too. Media Molecule is a super cute, awesome developer that has put up quite some works of art in the past before, and Dreams has been in development for quite a long time, and that's showing, honestly. There's a lot of good buzz around Dreams, but more on Hello Games. From the article, Hello Games head Sean Murray is to follow Media Molecule and will detail the development of No Man's Sky. Murray will also discuss the team's experiences with the game through 2019 and how through determination and love they built to record player numbers and sown positivity amongst their most negative detractors. According to the press release, this candid and open discussion will show the power of focusing on what to do rather than what to say in the face of adversity. So, No Man's Sky developer Sean Murray, or King of No Man's Sky, rather, he had some pretty interesting revelations for us in GDC shortly after, actually, right after Atlas Rises launched last year, and GDC last year, I mean. And in that, he didn't give us a full sort of breakdown on why No Man's Sky launched the way it did, but he gave us some pretty good hints, more practically around the fact that he really didn't have much of a choice. It was either that or the ship was going to sink. Sean alluded to the fact that Hello Games was running out of money and simply couldn't delay the game any further, and I have to ask myself, if I was the captain of the ship, do I send out a somewhat floating ship out of harbor, or do I just let the ship sink in the harbor with me and all the crew? And that is, I think, an interesting question to ask, because an indie developer not quite having full support for things like budget and things like that, they're getting a hand from Sony as far as publishing and on the platform goes, but that was really the extent. It all becomes clear that that lies weren't so much the focus, but rather it's just the game launched in a half-baked version because that's all we could really get at the time. There's a moot debate to have around the launch always, but I don't think it should be the forefront of the conversation anymore, honestly. I think Hello Games has put a ton of work into getting No Man's Sky where it is now, and I think that a lot of bad actors online would probably tell you that we shouldn't congratulate a team for making a game into finally what it was it alluded to be years ago, and I think to a degree that might work, but I'm interested to see sort of what went into No Man's Sky. I want to know more about the behind-the-scenes process of things like Waking Titan, the decision-making and the roadmap planning for inevitable updates, or updates that would inevitably launch after the launch of No Man's Sky. Pathfinder, Atlas Rises, Next, some of the more popular updates that are commonly most talked about. And then, of course, I think something that I think that a lot of the internet historically had accosted Sean Murray for on the internet was the silence. And I think back to Sean Murray's words when he said in one of the very first sort of website updates after No Man's Sky launched was, what was more important is what you do rather than what you say. And you really have to think back that what kind of communication could No Man's Sky and Hello Games put out at that time that would have put out any kind of fires, reasonably and objectively? Let's think about that. for a moment, because no matter what they would have said, short of, hey, actually there's a patch coming tomorrow with the full game, our bad, sorry, it's all good now, they would have been dunked on from every corner of the internet anyway. And some of it really being bad harassment, death threats, transphobia, and things like that. That's just probably not the best way to go about it. So, I mean, if I were Sean Murray, I would have shut myself in a room with other developers, sort of deaf to the rest of the world and the Twitter sphere, and just continue to develop the game like normal as well. So, looking in hindsight now, even I criticized Hello Games and Sean Murray for the silence, because somebody like me would have appreciated at least sort of what a roadmap would have looked like, or at least a content map. You know, here's the future plans for us for No Man's Sky, other than we continue to support it. But now, even then, like, what would that have done, truly? So as critical as I have been of Waking Titan before, it was certainly better than nothing. So I look forward to hearing about those kinds of things, and I also look forward to hearing more about what Sean Murray has to say about how effective he thinks being quiet and just showing the community through action. Because in that article, it does say, to determination and love they built to record player numbers and sown positivity amongst their most negative detractors. They really did that. They sort of turned the discourse surrounding No Man's Sky around to a degree. I see far and far less and less negative comments or drive-by comments on message boards and Twitter and comment sections on YouTube and things like that aren't objectively saying, well, I didn't exactly like the way the game launched, but it's cool that they did this, or I like the game now, or things like that. I think that's super cool that they did that, and I can only imagine what the future of this game looks like. Hopefully it's something meaningful and significant for sure. But I will probably be out of town for the last week of March, so I won't be able to do much extensive coverage for then. But do keep aware and check the link in the description below for what we're looking at here, and keep your eye on the Twitters to find out more about what Sean Murray and Hello Games have to say. If you found this informational and useful, and you're hyped for GDC to see what's going on with No Man's Sky and Hello Games, let me know by liking and commenting in the video below, and subscribe for future content. See you later.